If you didn't train in German as a medical doctor, the journey of being licensed worker can quite be costly. But how exactly costly is it? In this video, I'm going to break down all the steps that are involved and how much each of them costs from start to finish. Now stick around until the end of the video, because at the end of the video, I'm going to share some of the tips on how you can get some of these steps funded by the German government. Hi guys, my name is Melk. I'm a medical doctor from Uganda and I've been living in Germany for the past 2 years. So you searched and somehow settled on German as your destination for your career. Wonderful choice, but now you must jump all these hoops. Hoop 1, you'll have to learn the language until C1, and that means going all the way from A1 until C1. Using Goethe Institute as the standard, prices for each level always range from about $150 to $400 in countries outside of Europe, and $600 to $800 in Europe, plus approximately $150 for the Goethe Institute exam or the Goethe certificate. Now I highly recommend that if you've not yet come to German, that you do as many levels as you can outside of German. I mean, do them in your country before you come here, because German is actually very expensive. Hope 2 is certification and translation of your documents. Now the totality of all the documents that you need to certify are about 9, and these include your medical degree, the transcript, the birth certificate, your internship, your current practicing license in your home country. The total cost of certifying all the 9 documents always costs about $60 to $90. And the total cost of translating all these documents is approximately about $290. This differs from translator to translator depending on how you go about it, but that's the rough estimate. Now, since you have your C1 certificate of the Goethe Institute, you can add it onto your other documents which now are certified and translated, and go on to jump Hoop 3. Hoop 3 is basically the application fee. This varies from state to state or from Bundesland to Bundesland, and ranges between $220 to $400. Now, if you're not yet in German, of course, you're going to transport with DHL. It's an international transporting organization that helps with transporting post. That usually costs about $50 to $100 depending on the kilo of your documents. These are measured in kilograms or in grams. So now, after submitting your documents, the committee will do its thing. I mean, they'll evaluate your documents and tell you add this one, remove this one, or whatever. After their work, they'll invite you to jump Hoop number 4. Hoop number 4 is, of course, you doing your first exam, and that is the Fachsprachenprüfung. That exam costs about $300 to $600 depending on which Bundesland you're doing this exam in. For you to do this exam, you'll need to do a preparation course for it. If you go for this exam live as you are, I can assure you will not pass this exam. If you take a preparation course, it will cost you about $600 to $1,300. Now, this is dependent on many factors, which include whether you're doing the preparation course online or in person, and how much material is covered. Quite a number of factors to put into consideration, and those are the factors that determine the price. But by and large, it's also one of the hoops that is available for you to jump before you do the exam in the first place. Now you jumped hoop number 4. Congratulations, you passed the exam. Let's go on to hoop number 5. Now you are able to work in German as a doctor, of course, with the Berufserlaubnis or a special temporary working license. But as you work right now, it is a temporary time, like I said, and you are preparing yourself for the final exam, and that is the Kenntnisprüfung, which is hoop number 5. The Kenntnisprüfung costs about $400 to $600 depending on which Bundesland you're doing this exam in. The preparation courses for this exam cost about $600 to $2,000 depending on, of course, which school you are attending and whether the course is online, how many hours of instruction are there, plus some study materials which you might need to buy. There is, for example, a program called Ambos that has all the data for medicine. It's kind of like update for medical doctors in the English world that you'll need to subscribe to, and also that is paid on a monthly basis. That might cost you a total of about $100 to $200. Now you need to gather all your energies, of course, and pass this exam, even as much as it is a last exam that you're going to do, because for this particular exam, the Kenntnisprüfung, you only have 4 attempts, after which you are not allowed to take this exam again. So many people that I know have passed this exam on the first try. There are many others, of course, who have also closed that door onto themselves by not being able to pass that exam. So yeah, luckily the passing rate is quite high, and if you're well prepared, you'll be able to pass this exam. There are other costs that I've not included, including the visa, the insurance that you need to pay before you travel, the air ticket, plus of course the accommodation and all the other things that are involved for the travels as you're coming to do the exam. As I promised earlier, part of this route can actually be financed by the German Employment Agency, that is the Bundesagentur für Arbeit, which works in conjunction with the so-called Job Center. These are bodies that help with the funding of some of these programs, and which specific part of this journey is actually funded by the German government. It is the preparation courses, and they are quite pricey. So if the German government can help you on this, it's actually very important. The caveat is, however, that this Förderung or this support for these particular courses is only available for people who are already living in Germany. So as long as you've come to Germany and you've secured a residence permit, you are actually entitled to this support from the German government. So once you have your residence permit, what is required of you is basically writing an application to the Bundesagentur für Arbeit and telling them that right now you don't have a job and you are preparing for the exam that will enable you work in German as a doctor, and that you need support from them. And so what they do is they schedule an appointment with you, you meet them, you give them your CV plus the admission to this course that you are intending to attend. And so the rest of it is more of administrative work between the Agentur für Arbeit and the school that is going to teach you, and to see if their course they're offering is actually one of the courses which are funded. And just like that, you have secured your funding. Even as you're coming to do that Fachsprachenprüfung, or if you're here, just know that there is a possibility of you getting support from the German government as part of this journey. The caveat here is, once you get support from the German government, you are required to pass this exam. If you don't pass this exam, they say you're supposed to pay back that money somehow. So I think it's more of an encouragement for you to work hard and also get done with the process and pass as well. Please check out this video that I explain about how long actually the whole process takes. Plus, kindly give the video a thumbs up. If you have any specific questions, please leave them in the comment section, or you can consider DMing me on Instagram with Melk, and consider subscribing to the channel if you've not yet subscribed to the channel. And until the next one, bye and peace.